What's up, guys? Today's video is on the top 5 best radar detectors in 2024. Through extensive research and testing, I've put together a list of options that'll meet the needs of different types of buyers. So, whether it's price, performance, or its particular use, we've got you covered. For more information on the products, I've included links in the description box down below, which are updated for the best prices. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Now, let's get started. For those seeking an affordable yet high-quality radar detector, the Cobra Rad 480i should be a top consideration. As the leading budget-friendly radar detector on the market in 2024, it delivers excellent performance without breaking the bank. Notable features like front and rear laser detection, adjustable sensitivity modes, and real-time alerts via the iRadar app make the Cobra Rad 480i an indispensable device for drivers. This compact radar detector comes equipped with a 12-volt power cord, windshield mount, dashboard clip-on, and a quick reference guide. However, it's important to note that a carrying case isn't included in the package. The Cobra Rad 480i is proficient in alerting you about X, K, and Ka radar ranges and laser LiDAR guns. The device is integrated with Cobra's proprietary laser eye technology, located at the top left of the unit, allowing it to detect signals from both the front and rear. Furthermore, the Rad 480i is VG2 compatible, enabling it to identify the notorious radar detector. If a VG2 warning's activated in the settings menu, you'll receive an alert similar in intensity to a laser threat. Unlike some radar detectors, the Rad 480i doesn't feature a color display. Instead, it uses a black and white combination that's gentler on the eyes. The clear OLED display is especially useful when driving at night. You can adjust the lighting settings using the dim button on the top of the unit based on your preference, bright, dim, and dark, and the screen will display alerts according to your chosen detail mode. The Cobra Rad 480i also features a screensaver mode that activates a scan bar when turned on. This bar scans for threats, and if a radar range is detected, the display reverts to more or less detail mode, offering 4 sensitivity levels: high, medium, low, and auto, which can be cycled through by pressing the send button at the top of the unit. The Cobra Rad 480i is a versatile and budget-friendly choice for drivers. The Uniden DFR7 radar detector is a top choice for those seeking value and quality. In our 2024 review, we found it to be the most cost-effective option with long-range detection capabilities. It's the ideal choice for drivers seeking high-end features without the hefty price tag. The Uniden DFR7 offers detection across X, K, Ka band, and laser frequencies, but does not detect multi-radar. Its built-in GPS enhances accuracy, enabling features like traffic sensor tracking, narrowband filters, location lock, and mute at low speeds. While it doesn't provide extensive range sensitivity adjustments, it compensates with city and highway modes that intuitively adjust sensitivity levels. For its price range, the Uniden DFR7 provides significant value. Although it lacks some of the more advanced features found in pricier models, it covers all the essentials. The built-in GPS and location lock features effectively filter out non-threatening false alert triggers. The adjustable band sensitivity allows greater control over what triggers the detector, while narrowband filters help minimize K and Ka band false alarms. The Uniden DFR7 stands out in the budget-friendly category by offering a robust feature set at an unbeatable price. From its various modes to its integrated GPS, it includes many crucial features you'll need on the road. It strikes a balance between affordability and utility by focusing on the most critical features. Despite its affordability, the DFR7 incorporates a built-in GPS. This feature is vital as it enables functionality like speed and red light camera detection, location lock, and user tags. With each firmware update, the device receives updates on speed and red light camera locations. Location lock and user tags are essential tools for reducing false alerts. The DFR7's traffic sensor filtering, narrow K and Ka filters, low speed mute, and GPS location lock features significantly reduce false alerts. The traffic sensor filtration (TSF) feature is particularly useful as it can filter traffic flow sensors found on certain highways. In conclusion, the Uniden DFR7 offers top-tier features at an affordable price, making it an excellent choice for budget-conscious drivers. Introducing the Valentine V1 Gen 2, touted as the finest mid-tier radar detector in 2024. Following the widespread acclaim of the Valentine 1 radar detector, the company has unveiled its second-generation model. The V1 Gen 2 retains the beloved features of its predecessor while sporting a sleeker and more contemporary design. The V1 Gen 2's design is a leap forward from the Gen 1, boasting a more premium feel. Valentine has replaced the volume knob of the previous model, which had a somewhat dated appearance, with user-friendly volume buttons on the Gen 2. This modernized design not only enhances usability for drivers, but also makes it convenient for motorcyclists. Even when wearing gloves, the power button on the Gen 2 is prominently placed, and the paired design does away with unnecessary controls for a more minimalist look. The shift from a multicolor OLED display to a full LED interface ensures all crucial information is clearly visible. Though multicolor OLEDs are gaining popularity, Valentine opted for an LED screen for its superior readability in bright sunlight. The traditional red lighting retained by Valentine further enhances visibility during low light conditions. The V1 Gen 2's uncluttered screen is straightforward to navigate and comprehend at a glance. A radar detector's utility and efficacy primarily depend on its range. The longer the range, the more reaction time a driver gets to respond to a speed trap. The Gen 2 has significantly improved in this aspect compared to its predecessor, boasting an impressive range of over 2,500 feet depending on the signal it detects, making it one of the leading radar detectors in terms of range. While a highly sensitive device is prone to false alarms, the V1 Gen 2 has significantly enhanced its false warning filters compared to the previous model, making it a quieter device that reduces numerous false warnings. Valentine has incorporated its new K-Verifier BSM filter into the Gen 2, which excels at filtering false alerts and outperforms its competitors. The V1 Gen 2's false alert filtering effectively blocks common false signals, such as automatic doors or security devices found in modern cars. Additionally, the Gen 2 offers various filtering modes for different signal ranges. Unlike the Gen 1, which lacked Bluetooth, the new Gen 2 model boasts a fully integrated Bluetooth system, complete with a dedicated symbol on the LED display. In our review of the best radar detectors for 2024, taking second place is the Uniden R8. A significant upgrade from previous models, the Uniden R8 is a powerful and efficient radar detector. One of the first things you'll notice is the relocation of the mute button to the front of the device, which enhances accessibility and user experience. The construction quality of the R8 shows improvement over the R7, although it still retains a slightly plasticky feel compared to competitors like the Redline 360C and V1 Gen 2. However, what sets the R8 apart is its extended range, a major enhancement over the already robust R7. This improvement is due to a new dual LNA design and an upgraded condenser lens, making the R8 one of the most effective radar detectors on the market. Our tests show that the R8 excels in detecting both K-band and all Ka-band frequencies. It delivers impressive long-range detection and swift response to short instantaneous alerts, even with filters enabled. This unique combination of features distinguishes the R8 from its competition. When comparing the R8 with the V1 Gen 2 and Redline 360C, the results vary depending on the radar frequency and setup. However, all these detectors are known for their long-range performance. The R8 stands out with its excellent response in both K and Ka bands, even when K-band filters are engaged. Unlike some other detectors, enabling filters on the R8 does not significantly compromise its range. The Uniden R8 offers a comprehensive package that instills confidence in users. With the R8, you don't have to choose between range or response for K or Ka bands. It provides good range, quick response, and effective filtering simultaneously, making it a highly recommended choice. A new feature, Auto Mode, automatically adjusts the detector's sensitivity based on your speed. At lower speeds, the detector operates in city mode, reducing sensitivity on the KSK range. At higher speeds, it switches to highway mode, offering full sensitivity on all ranges. Lastly, the Uniden R8 comes with built-in Bluetooth, similar to the R4. This feature, along with its superior range on K and Ka bands, quick response to short alerts, and effective performance with K-band filters engaged, makes the R8 a top-tier radar detector. Its capability to filter false alerts efficiently earns it our strong recommendation. Introducing the champion of radar detectors in 2024, the Escort Max 360C. This top-tier feature-packed device offers an auto-learning system that appeals to both tech enthusiasts and novices alike. The Max 360C is a versatile solution suitable for all, from seasoned experts to absolute beginners. One of its standout features is the built-in Wi-Fi, which facilitates automatic updates and connects you to a vast network of over 100 million drivers. An accompanying smartphone app delivers real-time notifications on various road conditions, including red light cameras, traffic congestion, and accidents. Although it may not boast the longest range or be completely free from false alarms, the Max 360C compensates with an array of unique features. From automatic location locking to instant alerts, this device is equipped with every additional feature you could desire. The C in Max 360C signifies connectivity, denoting the integrated Wi-Fi and Bluetooth capabilities. These wireless connections not only enable exciting features like Escort Live and Defender database, but also automatically update your firmware, eliminating eliminating the need to remove the device from your vehicle. To access these features, you simply need to download the corresponding app and sync your smartphone. A straightforward process. The Escort Live and Defender database offer real-time alerts from a community of over 100 million users. This interactive feature allows users to alert others about speed traps or dismiss false alarms. These real-time notifications are particularly effective against mobile speed traps and fixed ones, such as red light cameras. They also enhance the automatic location lock feature, currently exclusive to Escort products. Despite the appeal of advanced features, their value is diminished if the radar detector fails to accurately identify threats. This capability is twofold. The detector should detect the correct frequency and dismiss non-threatening signals. The MAX 360C excels in this regard. At lower speeds, the device reduces sensitivity to X and K-band frequencies, but it ramps up sensitivity when you're on the highway. Overall, this model delivers top-notch performance at the best possible price-quality ratio.